using trust and compassion to get past glass barriers to innovation. Have you ever watched a bee or other insect wander into a room and become trapped by the concept of glass? I say that the bee is trapped by the concept of glass rather than the glass itself, because if it understood the difference between glass and air, it could find its way back outside to freedom. Sometimes we're prevented from achieving our own purpose by the concept of glass. We have a misconception about the nature of the physical or social reality in which we are located. We're so certain that we understand our situation that we keep bouncing off the glass rather than accepting the fact of our ignorance. This glass barrier is an obstacle to innovation, to the generation of new ideas and the development and implementation of them to produce social and economic value, that is, to impact our world. Innovation is one of the 7 dimensions of wisdom in the Sophia model of leadership development and coaching. Trust and compassion create bonds of social opportunity. Like the charge between neurons, create pathways for ideas, feelings, and imagination. We can overcome the glass barriers through trust and compassion, which enable us to value and benefit from the ideas and perspectives of others, and which motivates us to share our own. You might respond that it's really self-interest that motivates us to cooperate with others to produce goods and services that create economic and social value. When we open the window to let the trapped bee out, we might just be interested in getting an annoying insect out of our space. But we know from both personal experience and from research that helping others produces positive emotions in the helper. One of the greatest challenges to innovation is not so much the generation of creative ideas as developing them and bringing them into reality as services and products that produce social and economic value. That this is social activity, not the activity of a lone creative genius. Even in the conceptual phase, shaping an idea that has social potential as opposed to a purely self-indulgent fantasy requires the engagement of the social world with the imagination. This is clearly true in science and in the creative arts. For example, an artist like Beethoven or Miles Davis or scientists like Einstein did more than create from their own imagination. They interacted creatively both with their contemporaries as well as with the works of those who lived before them, and then made a conceptual leap which was their own contribution. Certainly self-interest and competition also drive us to innovate, but cooperation with others is essential to realizing successful results. Trust and compassion are necessary to form bonds for teamwork and partnership, just as they are for friendship and love. When we run into glass barriers and our conception of reality blinds us to other possibilities, trust and compassion enable us to accept the perspective of someone else and encourage them to share possible solutions with us. Even in a workplace where people are paid for their own contributions, you can't buy a certain level of engagement and motivation. It must be based on on authentic trust and compassion. Trust and compassion are built through practice. This includes the intentional practice of maintaining a positive emotional and mental state and overcoming the fears and inhibitions that limit our ability to experience trust and compassion. It means overcoming fears from past situations where others took advantage of us. It means being able to deal with the reality of evil in the world without becoming hardened and cynical. Maintaining a positive state enables us to develop our gifts and skills and to find our clear purpose. It also includes the intentional practice of building and maintaining relationships. Clarifying our purpose, developing our skills, and our ability for trust and compassion make our relationships both more enjoyable and more fruitful. With positive relationships extending in all directions, like connected neurons in the brain, we are more likely to overcome glass barriers to innovation and to achieve success in realizing our ideas and our purpose. I'm Dr. Bernard Brooks. For coaching and consulting, you can reach me at www.sophia.com. That is Sophia spelled with 2 P's.